Hey everyone, this is going to be a YouTube video mainly directed at the bodybuilding.com forum. So I was in that thread in the miscellaneous section. Suffice to say, my jimmies were pretty rustled. I was like, shit, man, rustle this fork. Because, people were talking about how to spot a fake natural bodybuilder. And granted, I'm fat, but I mean, I'm 210 right now, and I got on the scale at the gym the other day and said 23% body fat. So, I'm still working on losing weight. But suffice to say, I think I could, I'm pretty sure I could get down to 160 and be pretty lean one of these days. And I've never trained for more than 2 years straight. It's kind of been really on and off, on and off. And I'm coming off of a 2 year layoff from training completely. And about a year and a half now of training. And so I'm back almost to where I was, except for the legs. But everything else is pretty much back to where it was. And I don't think I'm anywhere close to my natural potential. But and don't worry, this will be relevant to the IFBB section of the forum, since those people are probably much more likely to watch the video and make responses and stuff. So therefore, I'll make this video a little bit more relevant to the IFBB section. For those who are unaware, IFBB stands for International Federation of Bodybuilders, or Bodybuilding, I forget which one. But anyways, so what are y'all's thoughts? I mean, there are some people, you're saying, oh, if you have capped round delts, then no, that's a dead giveaway, you're not natural. I mean, like, to me, it's like, if you have capped round delts, it just means you do a lot of laterals. It doesn't matter if it's cables, dumbbells, whatever, wide grip, upright rows to hit the medial head. You do something for the medial head, basically, of the delts. I see a lot of people putting all this emphasis on dumbbell overhead presses or barbell presses. Is great for the anterior head of the delt, but very little medial delt stimulation. I've seen people doing like, whatever, 6 to 9 sets for presses because it's an overall mass builder. Like, yes, it's going to give you mass, but it's not going to make your delts round looking because it's not working the medial head as much. You do 6 to 9 sets of laterals of different kinds, and then maybe, if you can handle the volume, maybe an extra 3 to 6 sets of wide grip upright rows. Your delts are going to look significantly rounder pretty soon. I've noticed it with my delts, and they're not necessarily bigger overall. They've gotten a little bit bigger, but they mainly just look rounder. It's what gives you that width, and again, it's the medial head. That's what gives your delts that round look, the medial and posterior head of the delt. But anyways, um, how do I say, there's people hating on natural bodybuilders saying they're not natural, like Lane Norton or whatever. Um, but like I said, I mean, I think Lane's natural, but like I said, I think I could get down to a lean 160 one of these days, especially given that my training's not optimal, my diet's not optimal, and I'm not anywhere close to my natural potential. If I were to stick with it a good solid 10 plus years of dedicated, consistent training with consistent diet, I'm pretty sure I could get there. And I'm 5'5" and a half. And if I can get to 160, like I said, maybe I can't, who knows, but I'm pretty, I mean, it just does not seem that far out of my reach. Uh, then if I can do that, then what's with all these people who are 6 foot tall claiming that you can't be 180 pounds ripped? I mean, we're talking like people who are like half a foot taller than me. I don't see why they would think that. But anyways, um, I don't know what to say. What are your all thoughts on it in the IPB section? I know, like, a lot of people think that you just basically can't look impressive with a natural physique, and they post this guy Jason something or other, his video on the forum, and he made his video recently saying that if someone is lean on stage and they also have a full round 3D look to them, that's a dead giveaway. They're not natural. Um, I'm skeptical of that view because I've seen really skinny people who I'm pretty sure were not on steroids. They weren't that developed, but they had full round muscle bellies. They're still small, but when they pose, the muscle just pops out. I think part of that's genetics. Some people just don't look a whole lot different when from relaxed going to a posed position. Some people have a big difference, and part of that's genetic, and part of it is how you pose as well. Um, what you call it? What can I say? Onto making this IFBB related. I know some people, of course, doubt anyone who says they turned pro as a natural or naturally or whatever. Um, I mean, I don't, simply because some of the times people who turned pro were actually a lightweight who beat the super heavyweights based on conditioning and proportion. You know, in any given year, that's possible that can happen. You just like, what's his name? Well, granted, I don't believe Ronnie Coleman turned pro as a natural, but I think he said something like, I passed the test or something like that. But Bill Dobbins, I think his name is, the trainer or owner of Metroflex Gym, where Ronnie Coleman used to train, said that Ronnie Coleman was natural for a very long time before turning pro when he competed in the amateurs. And I know Durham Charles was interviewed on Pro Bodybuilding Weekly saying that he turned pro with a natural physique. And Durham Charles has never been really, really huge, but he focused on his conditioning, his proportions, things like that. And so, I mean, if he turned pro and let's say he was one of those lightweight guys, because like I said, he's still, even as a pro, not one of the bigger guys. But if he turned pro as a lightweight and just focused really hard on his conditioning, you know, I think it's possible. You know, likely, who knows? But I don't see why he would lie about that, given that he openly admitted to using, you know, in that Pro Bodybuilding Weekly interview. Because he said, you know, yes, I'm proud of the fact that I turned natural, but obviously at the pro rank to compete at this level, you have to do what all the pros do. So there you have it. Like I said, I don't see why he would lie about that. He has nothing to gain from it. Um, what else? I think that's about it. Short video. What are y'all's thoughts? Let's see. Oh, and I also turned the screen off just for that person who was complaining last time about the glare. And now I had to turn the screen back on, just turn off the video.